present the church to himself glorious. Day by day, we are being prepared to be presented to Christ glorious. Amen.
On my mom's side, my mother's father, so my grandfather, got saved in high school. Similarly, my great-grandmother was saved before immigrating to the United States.
My parents were actually the first ones. They only got saved when they moved to Oklahoma.
My mom was not raised. She met the saints when she came to Canada.
I would say it was a big part of my growing up. Also a lot of my morals and different morals, different stories that I heard. A lot of it was biblically inspired. But then I would say I think it became my own choice, definitely in middle school, was where I was more certain that I wanted to go, and it was not just my own community, but like I made the choice to go to church because it was important to me spiritually.
Or they told me they knew like church was good and that's like a good thing for raising kids. And then from day one, like multiple families of saints like received my family. So basically like starting from Oklahoma, my parents were like introduced to church life and introduced to like Christianity like more like completely.
Well, in my family, it wasn't much of a choice. Like, it was something that we did together as a family going to church. And so I don't think I necessarily felt like I had a choice, but I didn't feel like I was going against my will. Like, I wanted to go. I always say that I'm really grateful that I was raised a Christian because I think if I were not, I'd be very skeptical. And it's like God's mercy that I was born into a Christian home.
I don't remember having any doubts about it. Like I just thought it was like part of the routine. Like I just grew up, we just go to church on Sunday. There wasn't any point where it's like, I shouldn't go to the meeting. And even like once I hit middle school, like where I started like attending the meeting myself, I just like made it a habit. It's good to go. I might as well go. But that's like a very like diminished way of thinking about it. But I did enjoy the meeting, so I went on my own.
So having grown up in this very specific environment, I've definitely made an effort to go visit other churches so that I can have a broader sense of like what actually the church means, because even though people are Christians and like are in different denominations or different churches, our faith is the same. It's just that the way you practice it is different. And so I've definitely made an effort to go to other types of churches just to kind of experience like what is the same and what is different.
I mean, part of it was like, it's the only thing I knew. But then at some point, like in going to the meetings, going to summer school church, I realized, there is definitely something here. I never had like any experience of like questioning it or like, why am I even here? Maybe like a little bit, but like nothing major. But in the end, it came down to I was already there, and it was enjoyable. So like, don't fix what isn't broken. So, and then even like later on during high school, I was the one that was like dragging my parents along with me. Yeah.
So thankful. I think maybe in the moment when I was younger, it's easy to find faults. The best environment to grow as a Christian.
So for example, my grandfather who got saved in high school, he got saved along with another friend from high school who was also in the local church. Like, I guess maybe to maintain those ties, it would be important that I stay in the church. I think it probably has some influence, but I would say I don't really define my involvement with church to be because of that.
Oh, very little. And my family on my mom's side, they actually met the saints like separately from my parents.
I think my idea of family and my like belief in family has a lot to do with what is written in the Bible about family. As I grew older and had more hard things happen in family and like more things that I disagreed with, I think in turning to the Bible, it really helped me reconcile a lot of things that I felt like weren't right. There's a verse, it's one of the last verses of the Old Testament that's like, basically says that Jesus will return when the hearts of the fathers have turned to the sons, and when the hearts of the sons have turned to the fathers. And that verse has really helped me define like what family is, and that family should be like, it's like a unit of love that like connects people. It definitely helps define what I think of family, beyond blood.
Not criticism, not murmuring.
So I've had very little experience with other churches. So I knew like people do things differently, but to someone coming in, it is definitely like a lot, like the way we do things. Like even just like walking into the meeting and seeing the chairs set up in a square, like there's no biblical basis that says, oh, you have to have your chairs a certain way. But like there's like principles that like get uncovered, like meeting and like mutuality, where it's like don't forsake your gathering together. 1 Corinthians 14 talks about like functioning a lot and prophesying. So like you kind of like piece those things together in the Bible to like get the result of the meeting where, oh, we're facing each other because like that's more like enjoyable instead of like listening to one person. Even like sections from like Revelation go like against like the clergy lady system where it's just like one person speaking.
And all I can do is what? Love. Just love.
Even in like Paul's epistles, it talks about like deacons, elders, responsible ones. Like that's like a very normal part of the church. But it isn't them doing everything, but everyone that meets with the church should have a function in the church.
If you're in the church life, if you're not in the church life, it's not uncommon to go through phases where you struggle a lot with the church life. But I had doubts because of certain situations I was going through that were very difficult, related to family circumstances.
For the most part, other than my parents were the ones that drove me to the meeting, I was the one who made the choice to be there. And I didn't feel like obligated, like I must go, but like I just felt like it was like part of like regular life. You step back and you get a perspective, and then you understand, when you understand why you do the things you do, like the basis of which you do those, have like some personal experience to attach to it, then like you feel very like assured.